gained unmatched football strength, surpassing Messi and Ronaldo. Like, share and subscribe. Episode 91. Lin Rui didn't expect that there were so many rumors about himself now. Someone must be fanning the flames behind this. As for who is fanning the flames, he can probably guess. Not out of Real Madrid and Barcelona, two rivals of Atletico Madrid in the league. At the beginning of this season, Atletico Madrid, except for the not very good performance in the first two games, after Lin Rui joined the team, it was a high progression. The league won 3 in a row, and the League Cup was also a big victory. Especially Lin Rui, the new Atletico star, has scored 8 goals in 3 league games. At the top of the top scorer list, the limelight even overwhelmed the two superstars of Messi and Ronaldo. In this case, of course, those two teams will take Atletico Madrid seriously. It just so happens that something went wrong in the Atletico team, so let's just make a fuss. If you can use this matter to affect Lin Rui's mentality, and even the state of the entire Atletico Madrid team, you will make a lot of money. Simeone glanced at Lin Rui with some concern. He was afraid that this disciple of his was young and vigorous, and if he said anything radical, it would be a bad dish. At that time, I don't know how many branches will grow. However, Lin Rui had a light face, and he gave Simeone a reassuring look, and then took the microphone. He first slowly scanned the crowd in the audience, and waited until the reporters below quieted down before slowly speaking. I know what you want to know. But today is the pre-match press conference for our match against Espanyol, and I don't want to answer too many other unrelated questions. But what I can tell you is that a lot of the reports about me in the outside world right now are rumors. I reserve the right to pursue these rumor mongers. If anyone still uses these rumors to interview me later, I will block him and never interview him again. So I hope you can think about it and ask questions again. Hearing Lin Rui's words, the reporters below were a little stunned. Why is this not according to the script? How can we continue with your posture of lifting the table? Simeone on the side was relieved. It seems that although Lin Rui is young, he knows how to let himself take the initiative. After an instant of coldness at the scene, a reporter finally stood up and asked, "Excuse me, Mr. Lin, regarding this game, we noticed that your team's main striker Adrian did not come with the team. At such a critical moment, he was not able to enter the squad. Is there any hidden secret?" The reporter finished asking the question, his face full of pride. "Aren't you not allowed to ask about things that have nothing to do with this game?" "I'm definitely asking this question about this game, and you have to answer it, right?" However, after hearing this question, Lin Rui did not hesitate and said directly, "There is nothing hidden. That is, Adrian was injured in training a few days ago and could not participate in the competition." Lin Rui's answer can be said to be dripping. It only said that Adrian was injured, but did not say a word about how he was injured. This made the reporter who asked the question also a little helpless. He can't always ask after his ass. "Mr. Lin, do you think today's game will be affected by the injury of your teammates?" Another reporter immediately picked up the conversation. "I don't think it will make any difference. After all, football is played by 11 people and the impact of one person is very limited." Lin Rui said without hesitation. "You mean you should be able to win today's game easily?" "Of course we hope to win easily, but there are so many surprises in football that no one can say that they are the ultimate winner until the game is over." The reporters tried to set Lin Rui, but Lin Rui, as an old fritters, could not be fooled. So after a few confrontations, the reporters also saw that the young man on the other side, who was only 18 years old, was still an old fox. This makes the journalists also a little helpless. Seeing that there was really no useful confidence from Lin Rui, the reporters could only unwillingly target Simeone on the side. However, Simeone, as a coach who is accustomed to storms, is of course more relaxed to deal with the bombardment of journalists. In the end, until the end of the conference, the reporters were not able to obtain any useful information. Although somewhat disappointed, the reporters were not discouraged. They are all now waiting for the result of this match. If Atletico Madrid can't win this game, then they have something to say. They will use the loss of this game as a grip to attack Atletico Madrid. I believe that at that time, Lin Rui will not be as arrogant as he is now. And they believe that this game will not be played too well. Because so many things have just happened to the team, the mentality of the players will be affected to some extent. So the players certainly won't play too well. All they have to do now is watch the game with their eyes wide open. By the way, think about how to attack Atletico Madrid and Lin Rui next. After the press conference, Simeone and Lin Rui returned to the dressing room. On the surface, Simeone looks light and breezy, and there is nothing out of the ordinary. But his heart is actually a little bottomless. As the journalists thought, what he was worried about was the state of the team. There is turmoil in the squad, and the mentality of the players is definitely going to be affected. If this game is not played well, then the pressure of public opinion they face will be great. At that point, there is a real possibility that the team will collapse. Back in the dressing room, Simeone, who had a somewhat solemn face, gathered the players and began to lay out tactics. "In this game we played 4-4-2, Godin and Miranda, you two are still in the middle. This game should pay special attention to the penetration attack in the middle of the opponent. Felipe, you're on the left, Juan, you're on the right. The main task of the two of you today is also to defend, and if you don't have a good chance, don't go up and attack. Gabby and Quark, you two play at the back, and you also have to pay attention to the defense in midfield. Your main task today is to defend, and the attack is left to Raul and Miranda. Lin, your main task today is one, and that is to break the goal. I hope you can continue to score goals today. Falcao, today you are going to help Lin to pull the opponent's defensive firepower and create a chance for Lin to break the goal. Well, I won't say much else. You should all know that the outside world is hyping up some things about our team now, so today's game, we must play well. We must use our strength to smash all rumors in the outside world. Okay, let's play. As soon as Simeone waved his hand, the players walked out of the dressing room. Episode 92. Espanyol's home stadium, El Prat, is a new stadium built just 2 years ago and has a capacity of 40,000 people watching the game at the same time. At this time, the stands were already overcrowded. When the players from both sides walked out of the players' tunnel, the scene immediately erupted into earth-shaking cheers. Most of the grandstand were home team fans, wearing the traditional Spanish blue and white shirts, and only a very small number were away Atletico Madrid fans. So this cheer is also mostly given to the home team Spaniards. In the live broadcast room of Sports Weekly, the three hosts were already seated at this time. Fans and friends, welcome to the live broadcast room of Sports Weekly. Today we bring you a match in the 6th round of the Spanish Serie A, played between Atletico Madrid and Espanyol. The match was played at the El Prat Stadium, home of Espanyol. I am Lu Jian, the host of this game, and the two next to me are my old partners Jean-Lu and Xu Fan. First of all, let's take a look at the starting lineup for both sides of the game. Home side, goalkeeper, number 1 Alvarez. Defenders, number 2 Modioni, number 6 Flynn, number 14 Garland and number 15 Moreno. Midfielders, number 4 Victor, number 5 Tejera, number 7 Raul Baena, number 10 Berdu and number 16 Xavi Lopez. Forward, number 8 Stuani. The formation they played today was a 4-2-3-1 formation, and it looks like they want to attack at their home ground today. Next we look at the away side of Atletico Madrid. Goalkeeper, number 13 Courtois. Defenders, number 23 Miranda, number 3 Felipe, number 2 Godin, number 21 Fran. Midfielders, number 14 Gabby, number 6 Quark, number 8 Raul Garcia and number 10 Turan. Forwards, number 9 Falcao and number 18 Lin Rui. Atletico Madrid is still their traditional 4-4-2 style of play. After introducing the starting lineup of the two sides, Lu Jian turned to Jean-Lu on the side and said, Director Zhang, have you been paying attention to Lin Rui's news recently? You mean the incident of the fight in the team, right? Yes, that's it. What do you think about this? That didn't say, I definitely support Lin Rui. This matter must be some Adrian provocation, who was beaten by Lin Rui. Jean-Lu said very firmly, how can you be so sure? Lu Jian asked curiously, of course, otherwise why would Lin Rui still be able to play today? Lin Rui is definitely not wrong in this matter. It's true that you say that, but now the local media in Spain are rumoring that Lin Rui is the team's top player. It is said that Lin Rui has a backstage. It's not strange, which shows in the forest, and the wind will destroy it. Lin Rui is now running too fast in La Liga, and it is normal to attract some criticism. You look at those stars, which one is not riddled with all kinds of rumors? Lin Rui is also in this situation now. This is just the beginning, and there may be more similar things in the future. Jean-Lu hit the nail on the head and analyzed. Alas! What a hassle. Really distressed for Lin Rui. Xu Fan on the side and said, it's something you have to go through to be a star. Now I just worry that Lin Rui's mentality will not be affected. Because he has to play well. Otherwise, the pressure of public opinion he is under will be great. Jean-Lu's face was a little worried. Why? No one can guarantee that they will play every game, right? Even Messi, players like Ronaldo, have ups and downs in form. Xu Fan was a little puzzled. You are right, no one can guarantee that every game will play well, but Lin Rui is on the cusp of the storm now. If he can't have a satisfactory performance today, those media will start to walk he is unstable and can't take on the big news. In this way, the team and fans will put a lot of pressure on Lin Rui. At that time, in the face of this situation, the pressure on Lin Rui will be very great. When people are under great pressure, they are prone to dysfunction. If Lin Rui plays abnormally in several consecutive games, then he is likely to be put on the bench by the team. As a result, you can't play inside the arena, and you have to bear a lot of pressure outside the arena. People are likely to sink. Jean-Lu's words immediately made Xu Fan's face solemn. The atmosphere in the live broadcast room also became a little depressed for a while. Seeing that the atmosphere was not right, Lu Jian hurriedly said, what Director Zhang just said is the worst situation. If Lin Rui can continue to perform in this game, then these rumors will immediately be self-defeating, and Lin Rui's fame and influence can be raised to a higher level. Yes, as long as Lin Rui plays well, it doesn't matter who says anything. Jean-Lu also said in a relaxed tone. Then we can only pray for Lin Rui's good luck. Xu Fan's face was full of worry. At this time, the opening ceremony on the pitch has been completed. Atletico Madrid lost the pick when guessing the side, so they kicked off first. Lin Rui knocked the ball back to Raul Garcia behind him, and then ran forward. Raul Garcia was not in a hurry after taking the ball and slowly pushed forward. Stuani's attempt to come up and make a tackle was easily wiped by Raul Garcia, who suddenly accelerated and went straight into the box with the ball. Seeing this, Victor and Tejera hurriedly came up to intercept it. Facing the defense of two defenders, Raul Garcia did not dribble the ball again, but directly kicked the ball into the box. In the box, Falcao received the ball. However, with his back to the goal and two Spaniard defenders by his side, he had no chance to turn and shoot. In desperation, he could only return the ball to Lin Rui, who had already run out of position outside the box. Seeing the football rolling towards him, Lin Rui didn't think about it, and directly faced the football with a blast. Boom! A dull pop exploded over the pitch. Then everyone saw that the football shot by Lin Rui turned into a stream of light like a cannonball out of the chamber and went straight to the Spaniards' goal. By the time Espanyol's goalkeeper Alvarez spotted the football flying over, it was too late. He only had time to move his feet a little when the ball had already rushed past him and hit the net behind him. The ball went in. At this time, on the time board on the sidelines, the game time is displayed, 35 seconds. Episode 93. Ah. Yes. Yes. The ball went in. The ball went in. Lin Rui. Just 35 seconds into the game, Lin Rui scored. It's incredible. That's awesome. In the live broadcast room, seeing Lin Rui score a goal at the beginning, the three hosts jumped up directly. I was still worried about Lin Rui just now. I really didn't expect him to give us such a big surprise so soon. This one goal is worth 1,000 words, Jean-Lu said excitedly. Lin Rui is the best. He's amazing. Shoo! Fans' excited little face turned red. At this time, on the court, seeing that his shot actually went in, Lin Rui was also very excited. He shook his fist twice fiercely. Atletico Madrid's players also rushed up to congratulate Lin Rui. Simeone on the sidelines was even more excited at this time. He and Herman beside him hugged each other at once. Lin Rui's goal made the pressure in his heart suddenly reduce by half. There is really no way to describe that kind of cheerfulness. The home fans in the stands looked incredulous. The passion before the start of the game was like fire, and being hit by Lin Rui's goal was like a basin of cold water. It wiped out the enthusiasm of the entire stadium in one fell swoop. The few away fans began to celebrate with joy. Soon, the celebration of Atletico Madrid ended and the Spaniards players put the ball in the center circle and reopened the ball. Stuani knocked the ball back to Victor behind him. Victor moved forward with the ball. He pushed very carefully. In the face of Gabi's forward interception, Victor did not dare to hold the ball big, and directly passed the ball horizontally, wanting to give the ball to Tejera next to him. Faced with the incoming ball, Tej stretched his foot and tried to stop the ball. It was at this time that the mutation protruded. I saw a black shadow suddenly come out of the oblique stab and immediately intercepted the football halfway. Tetra hurriedly looked up, only to see a figure wearing an Atletico jersey, dribbling the ball forward at high speed, and on the back of that figure, the number was 18. Lin Rui. He broke off the football. At this time, everyone saw clearly that the figure who had just broken the ball successfully was that Chinese player Lin Rui. Lin Rui had been swimming not far from Tejera just now. Seeing that Victor really passed the ball to Tejera, he decisively made a grab. After snatching this pass, Lin Rui rushed towards the front court at high speed. At this time, because it was the time for the Spaniards to attack, their defense was pressed very close. Lin Rui's speed was very fast, and by the time the Spaniards' defenders reacted, Lin Rui was about to rush to the front of the penalty area. At this time, only one Spaniard center-back, Mattioni, was left in front of him. Seeing Lin Rui coming with the ball at high speed, seeing that he was about to pass by him, Mattioni was anxious. If Lin Rui broke through himself, it would be a single knife. So no matter what, he couldn't let Lin Rui pass by him. So he was heartbroken, and he slid directly at Lin Rui's feet. His sliding shovel is very fierce. If it is shoveled, then Lin Rui's attack this time will definitely be destroyed, and he himself is estimated to fall hard. Danger! In the live broadcast room, seeing Mattioni's sliding shovel, Lu Jian exclaimed. Xu Fan next to him was even more frightened and covered his mouth. It was too late and fast, and at the same time that Mattioni fell to the ground to tackle the ball, Lin Rui had already arrived with the ball. Mattioni felt his foot touch the football, which made him happy, but soon, he felt his foot being knocked away by a huge force. Then he was surprised to see that the Chinese who was shoveled by himself only stumbled, and then immediately adjusted the balance of his body, and caught up with the football that was touched to the side. At this time, there was already a flat horse in front of him, and there was no obstacle. Lin Rui dribbled the ball directly into the box, facing Alvarez, who abandoned the goal. Lin Rui shot low, and the football rolled into the net from Alvarez's side. The score became 2-0. The time displayed on the time board on the sidelines is 1 minute and 58 seconds. In other words, in just over a minute, Lin Rui scored 2 goals. Ah. Yes. Yes. The ball scored again. It's in again. It's incredible. In just over a minute, Lin Rui scored 2 goals. In this case, before the game, it is estimated that even the most optimistic people will not think of this kind of result, right? In the live broadcast room, Lu Jian was already dancing excitedly at this time. This ball is powerful. This is a person who pounded the yellow dragon directly, and the fierce tackle in the end did not stop Lin Rui. It's really fierce. The shock in Zhang Lu's eyes had not subsided. Lin Rui's goal just now really shocked him. Lin Rui is mighty. Lin Rui is the best. Xu Fan clapped his hands and shouted loudly. He is now the most excited person in the live broadcast room. At this time on the court, Lin Rui did not celebrate too much after scoring the goal. He simply high-fived his teammates who rushed over and ran directly back to his own half. And by this time, Simeone on the sidelines had gone completely crazy. He didn't care about the ugly expression of Espanyol manager Portillo next to him, so he sprinted back and forth on the sidelines for 2 laps before releasing the excitement in his chest. He has now completely let go of his pre-match worries and replaced them with ecstasy. Looking at Lin Rui, who was waiting for the kickoff on the field, Simeone was very satisfied. By this time, the game on the field had resumed. Due to the consecutive goals just now, the whole Atletico Madrid team is very excited. So as soon as the ball was taken out on the Spanish side, several frontcourt players on Atletico Madrid's side made an active frontcourt pressing on the players. The Spaniards were a little unable to adapt to the changing pace of Atletico Madrid. The player with the ball cannot find the opportunity to pass the ball forward, so he can only keep passing the ball back. Soon, after a few return passes, the football reached the feet of goalkeeper Alvarez. Alvarez can only kick the ball into midfield with one big foot. However, he was in a hurry, and there could not be any accuracy under his feet. The big foot kicked straight over Godin's head. Godin crossed with a header and gave it to Gabi on the right. Gabi took the ball and then drove the ball along the touchline to the front. Gabi dribbled the ball quickly and advanced to the right side of the box in just a few seconds. At this time, the Spaniards' defenders rushed to intercept. Gabi also did not stick to the ball and went straight up and crossed. The ball crossed an arc and flew towards the middle of the penalty area. Then everyone saw that a tall figure suddenly appeared in the forbidden area. He is a fierce lion, shaking his head in the face of football. Under the impact of his head, the football changed direction and flew directly into the upper right corner of the goal. After the figure landed, everyone saw clearly that the person who scored the goal was Lin Rui. 3-0, and the time on the chronograph board is 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Episode 94. Haha. The ball scored again. It's Lin Rui again. Hat-trick. A hat-trick in just over 3 minutes. This is definitely the shortest hat-trick ever. Lu Jian was already a little crazy in the live broadcast room. A hat-trick in 3 minutes completely turned his perception upside down. Zhang Lu and Xu Fan also opened their mouths at this time, their eyes full of disbelief. It's really the shortest hat-trick. The Spaniards were completely stunned, and less than 5 minutes into the game, they were already 3 goals behind, and their hearts must have collapsed at this time, Zhang Lu said with some gloating. At this time, on the court, the players of Atletico Madrid rushed up and hugged Lin Rui to celebrate. The surrounding Spaniards were confused. Before they could react, they were already 3 goals behind. Anyone who is ignorant about this matter. Espanyol on the sidelines, manager Mauricio Pochettino, looked sluggish. He stood on the sidelines so dumbfounded, motionless. Not far from him, Simeone was celebrating wildly with the staff and players on the bench. The home fans in the stands were all full of disbelief, and many were holding their heads in pain. The visitors were singing and dancing with joy. The celebration on the pitch did not last long, with players from both sides returning to their own halves. For the 3rd time, the Spaniard placed the football in the center circle. After the football came out this time, the Spaniard players, who were somewhat unbalanced, began to throw in heavy forces, launching a series of attacks on the goals of Atletico Madrid. In the 5th minute of the game, Stuani received a pass from Victor at the top of the arc of the penalty area, and then directly shot from distance, and the ball grazed the crossbar and flew off the line. This shot is very threatening, and if it is slightly lower, it will go straight in. This boosted the morale of the Spaniards a bit. After the goal kick was opened, the Spaniards were more active in the attack. As a result, their backline inevitably emptied. In the 6th minute, the Spaniards' pass up front was cut off by Cork. Then Cork went straight to Falcao, who was moving up front. After Falcao took the ball, facing the defense of 2 Spaniards' central defenders, he did not fight, but directly kicked an oblique pass and pushed the ball to Lin Rui, who inserted at high speed. Lin Rui took the ball and went directly into the box. Then, without waiting for Alvarez to react, it was directly a blast. The football is like a sharp sword, hanging straight to the top left corner of the goal. In the face of such a close-range blast, Alvarez had no choice but to watch the football hit the net. 4-0. The time displayed on the chronograph is 6 minutes and 33 seconds. 4 goals in 6 minutes. Is this a joke? In the live broadcast room, Lu Jian held his forehead with his hand, and he already didn't know what to say. 6 minutes to stage the Big Four. I must be dreaming. I believe that the Spaniard players at this time have broken down to the extreme. It is estimated that they have never encountered this situation. That's for sure. I guess no one has ever encountered this. So they're absolutely at a loss at this time. In fact, it's not just them, it is estimated that everyone who is watching the game now is dumbfounded. If someone had just come in now, it would have been very strange why the game had just started for more than 6 minutes and the score was 4-0. They may wonder if they are in the wrong place. Zhang Lu's tone was full of amazement. Huh? Lin Rui, what is this doing? Lu Jian's somewhat surprised voice sounded. I saw that Lin Rui on the court refused the celebration of his teammates after scoring this goal, ran directly to the goal, and fished the ball out of the net. And he did it because he thought of the record of 9 minutes and 5 goals set by Lewandowski in his previous life. Now that I have entered 4 and 6 minutes, can I also challenge this record? If the challenge is successful, then nothing will happen to Lewandowski. In the future, even if the other party copies the records of the previous life, it will be behind him. However, the people around him didn't understand Lin Rui's actions when they saw it. People watched in amazement as Lin Rui quickly placed the ball in the center circle, and then beckoned the other party to quickly kick off. His move immediately caused a stir among the already unbalanced Spaniard players. What a bully! Why are you not satisfied with scoring 4 goals? Is this still a goal? So after the kickoff, the Spaniards' defenders kept a close eye on Lin Rui. Beside him, 2 Spaniard players followed step by step. In this case, Lin Rui began to find it difficult to catch the ball. However, as a result, the defensive pressure on other players at Atletico Madrid has been greatly reduced. As a result, the Spaniards' defenses were in turmoil. In the 7th minute, Espanyol's front ball was broken, and the football made 3 passes and 2 falls to the front of the Espanyol's penalty area. Finally, Falcao's long-range shot grazed the goal upright and flew off the line. 1 minute later, Atletico Madrid made a comeback. In the end, Raul Garcia's shot was saved by Alvarez. Successive goals in distress left Alvarez out of anger. He roared loudly at several defenders. In this case, the 2 defensive players who were watching Lin Rui had to start distracting themselves to take care of the loopholes in the defensive line. In this way, it was inevitable that there would be omissions in their care of Lin Rui. Soon, the opportunity that belonged to Lin Rui came. In the 9th minute, Gabi picked up the ball on the right side of midfield. He glanced at the situation in front of him, and then sent a long diagonal pass, directly. The football crossed an arc and went straight to the top of the arc in the middle of the penalty area. And it was Lin Rui who was active there. Seeing the football passing, Lin Rui first pouted his butt, pushed away a defender who was clinging closely behind him, and then crossed his arm and blocked another defender who wanted to defend in front of him to one side. At this time, Lin Rui was facing the goal sideways, and if he waited until the football landed, he would definitely be surrounded by the swarming defenders. In that case, the ball is likely to be lost. Therefore, Lin Rui chose to directly volley without hesitation. Facing the flying football, Lin Rui swung his right leg and kicked it fiercely in the middle of the football. Boom! With a bang, the football was visibly deformed. Then the football, which gained huge kinetic energy, turned into a streamer of light and rushed directly into the net before everyone could react. 5-0, and the time on the chronograph is 9 minutes and 34 seconds. Lin Rui succeeded. Episode 95. Wow. I don't know what to say. I felt like I was dreaming. This must be a dream, right? In the live broadcast room, Lu Jian's eyes were full of disbelief after seeing Lin Rui score the 5th goal. Huh? I also feel that this is so unreal. Is this something that people can do? Let's see how long it took Lin Rui to score 5 goals. The time of the first goal was 35 seconds, and the time of the 5th goal was 9 minutes and 34 seconds. It takes 9 minutes in total. Oh my god. 5 goals in 9 minutes. 95 Supreme. Absolute 95 Supreme. I think Lin Rui is the god on the court today. He can do anything. When Zhang Lu saw this time, he didn't know what to say for a while. Xu Fan stopped talking at this time. She just looked at the figure on the screen so dumbly, her eyes full of obsession. Lin Rui is awesome. 5 goals in 9 minutes, absolutely unprecedented, no one behind. Ah. I'm numb. The whole person was completely stunned. Is this something that a human being can do? This is a fairy method. Just now I checked the record. Lin Rui not only broke the record for the fastest 5-goal goal this time, but also broke the records of the fastest Big Four, the fastest hat-trick, and the fastest score. It is estimated that it will be difficult for anyone to break this record in the future. In the future, who dares to spread rumors about my family Lin Rui? I can't scold him. With this kind of performance, who dares to say bad things about him again? Yes, let those foreign devilish reporters feel the power of the stars from my Dahua country. I really didn't expect that my Dahua kingdom could produce such a genius one day, and the old man should be a big deal. Yes. Tongha. Tongha, the comment area of the live broadcast room has been completely fried at this time. The comments and messages were overwhelming. making the screen of the entire live broadcast room densely packed with various messages. This caused the server in the live broadcast room to almost go down. In the end, I had to turn off the comment function, which made the picture smoother. At this time, on the court, Lin Rui, who completed the goal record, can finally let go of the celebration. He opened his arms and rushed to the corner kick area, directly coming to a kneeling celebration. Then he was overwhelmed by the teammates who rushed madly. Simeone on the sidelines was completely sluggish at this time, holding his head in his hands and looking incredulous. The situation completely exceeded his best expectations before the game. "Head, is this true?" Herman looked at Simone a little stunned and asked. "You ask me, I ask who to go?" Simeone said angrily, and then took advantage of Herman's unpreparedness and pinched the other party's arm. "Oops. What are you doing? Top dog." Herman suddenly jumped in pain. "Now I'm sure it's true," Simone said with a smile. Herman Madrid was jubilant on the side, while the Spaniards were bleak. The Spaniard players on the pitch were all sluggish at this time. Their hearts are broken at this time. Anyone who is so into 5 goals, it is estimated that the mentality will collapse. They stared blankly at the Atletico Madrid players celebrating in front of them, their eyes full of puzzlement. Why? Why is that? Why can the opponent advance so many balls in their own face? Seeing the demeanor of his disciples, Espanyol coach Pochettino on the sidelines was also helpless. But as head coach, he can no longer remain silent. He beckoned Vera and Collado from the bench to come. "These are 2 defender players." Pochettino carefully explained to the 2 for a long time, and then signaled to the referee to change himself. Soon, the Spaniard made a substitution, replacing 2 defenders on the pitch with 2 defenders. Making this adjustment is also a helpless move. At this time, the Spaniards' 2 defenders defending Lin Rui were already a little unbalanced at this time. This could be seen from their faces when they had just faced Lin Rui. It is necessary to replace them at this time. Otherwise, if the 2 are allowed to continue on the court, it is likely that they will do some irrational behavior due to mental problems, or simply collapse directly. In either case, it will not be a good thing for the whole team of Espanyol. So it was only in less than 10 minutes of the opening game that 2 substitutions were used. It's just the beginning, and although it's 5 goals behind, it's still 80 minutes away. If the back is played well, although it is difficult to turn over, it is not impossible to win back too. Soon, the substitution was completed and the game resumed. After the restart, neither side launched too fierce an attack for a while. On the Atletico Madrid side, because they are already 5 goals ahead, there is really no need to push the opponent to death. In that case, it may make the opponent's emotions out of control, and then it may be yourself who will be hurt. They don't want to put themselves in danger, just to add to the cake. On the Spanish side, it is because the confidence that has just been hit is completely lost. Losing the ball in a row for a few minutes, there will really be no way to adapt to it for a while and a half. Therefore, they are also hesitant to attack at this time, for fear that one is not careful, and is being hit by the other side to counterattack. If they concede a 6th goal, they would really collapse. This creates a delicate balance. In the more than 10 minutes since the game resumed, neither side had a decent shot on goal. It wasn't until the home fans in the stands lost patience and booed that the Spaniards players began their tentative attack. By this time, nearly half an hour had passed since the game. For the rest of the first half, the Spaniard organized 2 threatening attacks. However, their luck was a little worse, and the final shot hit the plane and the other was directly confiscated by Courtois. Atletico Madrid, on the other hand, also fought back a few times. However, he was not able to score goals. Until the end of the first half, the score was 5-0. In the second half, it was easy to fight again. As soon as the game started, Simeone replaced Lin Rui, the hero of today's goal. When Lin Rui left the field, the surrounding stand sounded with shrill boos from the home fans. There was only a faint cheer in between, which were from the few away fans. Hearing these voices, Lin Rui didn't care, and he even raised his arm and waved around. It is not known whether this is a greeting to the away fans or a mockery of the home fans. After Lin Rui left the field, it was obvious that the Spaniards players seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. After that, the game also began to get on track. Leading Atletico Madrid comfortably fought a defensive counterattack, while Espanyol launched attack after attack. In the end, both sides scored a goal in the second half, and Atletico Madrid won the match 6-1. After the game, unsurprisingly, Lin Rui became the focus of all media reports. Episode 96. After the game, Lin Rui was immediately surrounded by reporters in the media interview area. All kinds of long guns and short cannons were immediately aimed at him. "Lin, your performance today is simply amazing. Let's talk about your feelings today. Lin, do you know you've set a record? Tell me how you did it." Lin, counting today's 5 goals, you have already scored 13 goals in the league, far ahead of Messi and Ronaldo behind. Do you feel proud of this achievement? Lin, tell me why you are in such a good state today. The reporters were asking questions. Lin Rui looked at these reporters with eager eyes, and his heart was a little amused. These guys are still fanning the flames before the game, saying what kind of ball bully they are, relying on having a backstage to gain a foothold in the team, and even arranging their relationship with Simeone. And now after seeing his performance, they all changed their faces. and they rushed to get in front of him one by one. Made. Think that in this way, Lao Tzu will not pursue it? Lin Rui sorted out his emotions, then reached out and pressed down, waiting until the chaotic crowd quieted down. Only then did he slowly speak. You ask me why I can play so well today? Why is it record-setting? Why can I score 5 goals in 9 minutes? Do you want to know why? Lin Rui paused when he said this, and glanced at everyone's expectant eyes. Only then did he say word by word, the reason is that I am a ball bully, because I have a backstage in the team. Everyone else has to pass me the ball. That's why I scored so many goals. Boom. Hearing Lin Rui's words, the reporters below suddenly became look at each other. They can all see the expressions on each other's faces, and it's wonderful. There is embarrassment, there is irritation, and there is some helplessness. They said those things before the game. Now that it came out of Lin Rui's mouth, it became indescribably ironic. If Lin Rui did not behave well, then he was looking for death by saying this. These reporters can definitely seize this sentence and drown Lin Rui with spit. But now that Lin Rui's performance is so bright, if he says these words, it will only be sarcasm for the reporters. Seeing that the reporters stopped talking, Lin Rui no longer stayed, directly pushed away the crowd, and flew away, leaving only a group of reporters there with wide eyes. Back in the dressing room, the teammates saw him come in and they all applauded. Lin, nice job, dude, you're awesome. Do you know how many records you broke today? 5 goals in 9 minutes, man, you're going to be famous this time. Everyone was praising Lin Rui's words. Listening to everyone's praise, Lin Rui was suddenly in a good mood. It is not an easy task to get the recognition of these La Liga elites. Although Lin Rui's performance was also brilliant before, his teammates would not praise him so much. And his performance today can be regarded as completely conquering his teammates. Starting today, he has completely established his position as the core workhorse of his team. The dressing room was hot, but at the post-match press conference, it was a different story. Simeone sat triumphantly on the rostrum, while Espanyol manager Pochettino, on the other side, looked serious. Mr. Pochettino, do you have anything to say about today's game? A journalist from Madrid was the first to ask. Hearing this question, Pochettino's face darkened a little. He sorted out the wording slightly, and then slowly said, "We lost this game, and I don't really want to recall it now, because it's really not that wonderful. It can even be said to be bad, but that's what football is like, there are wins and losses, it's normal. I can only say that Atletico Madrid were fortunate that they had a very loud goal scorer, and today it can be said that he beat us alone. I don't want to admit it, but that's the truth. We lost at the feet of a guy who opened Goldfinger." Hearing Pochettino's words, Simeone on the side couldn't help frowning. This old boy is enough, ostensibly praising Lin Rui, but in fact, he is weakening the role of other players at Atletico Madrid by praising Lin Rui. If these words reach the team, it is easy to make other players dissatisfied, so as to drive a wedge between the players. At this time, another reporter stood up and asked Simeone a question. "Mr. Simone, do you have anything you want to say about this game?" Simeone sat up slightly straight, coughed lightly, and then said, "We won this game, and we won beautifully, which makes me very happy. But what I want to say is that although Lin Rui scored 5 goals in this game, he is indeed the #1 contributor to winning. But we can't ignore the role of other players either. Without the support of his teammates, Lin wouldn't have been able to achieve this. We at Atletico Madrid are one, and that's the key to our win." Before the game, a lot of people said that Lin was the team's bully, a team that came in by the back door. Got a starter. I think this rumor should be self-defeating now. I think if Lin is just a ball bully in the team, or if he is the main team that comes into the team by virtue of connections, then he could not have achieved such results. His teammates can't pass the ball for him again and again to help him. So please, when you go back, check it out to see if there are still those rumors in your newspaper. I hope you will quickly take back those reports. Simeone's words immediately made many reporters below uncomfortable. Obviously, these reporters are the media that were arranging Lin Rui's black material before. Looking at the embarrassed expressions of the reporters in the audience, Simone couldn't mention much pain in his heart. Pochettino squinted at Simeone and had to praise the young Atletico manager, who was really difficult to deal with. Their own tricks were solved at once. It seems that in the future, there will definitely be a place for someone on the stage of La Liga. When Simeone returned to the locker room after the press conference, he called Lin Rui as soon as possible. "Lin, nice job today. Finally made me breathe out of evil." Simeone is now more and more satisfied with Lin Rui. Now it's really a bit of a treat. If he really has such a son, it seems to be a good thing. And when Lin Rui saw Simeone's eyes, he couldn't help but feel hairy in his heart. This old guy won't have any special fetishes, right? Thinking of this, Lin Rui couldn't help but stay away from Simeone.